With folded hands, I beseech the Buddhas of all directions to shine the light of Dharma for all bewildered miseries. With folded hands, I beseech the Buddhas of all directions to shine the light of Dharma for all bewildered miseries. With folded hands, I beseech the Buddhas of all directions to shine the light of Dharma for all bewildered miseries. With folded hands, I beseech the Buddhas of all directions to shine the light of Dharma for all bewildered miseries. With folded hands, I beseech the Buddhas of all directions to shine the light of Dharma for all bewildered miseries. With folded hands, I beseech the Buddhas of all directions to shine the light of Dharma for all bewildered miseries. With folded hands, I beseech the Buddhas of all directions to shine the light of Dharma for all bewildered and miseries. With folded hands, I beseech the Buddhas of all directions to shine the light of Dharma for all bewildered and miseries. With folded hands, I beseech the Buddhas of all directions to shine the light of Dharma for all bewildered and miseries. With folded hands, I beseech the Buddhas of all directions to shine the light of Dharma all bewildered and miseries. With folded hands, I beseech the Buddhas of all directions to shine the light of Dharma for all bewildered and miseries. With folded hands, I beseech the Buddhas of all directions to shine the light of Dharma for all bewildered and miseries. With folded hands, I beseech the Buddhas of all directions to shine the light of Dharma for all bewildered and miseries. With folded hands, I beseech the Buddhas of all directions to shine the light of Dharma for all bewildered and miseries. With folded hands, I beseech the Buddhas of all directions to shine the light of Dharma for all bewildered and miseries. With folded hands, I beseech the Buddhas of all directions to shine the light of Dharma for all bewildered and miseries. So first we'll begin by setting a proper motivation. Please imagine all thousand bodhisattvas in front of you and your father on the left, mother on the right. You are leading this prayer. So on to page number 6. I'm sorry, page number 3. Enthused by great compassion, you taught the Immaculate Dharma to dispel all perverted views. To you, the Buddha Gautama, I pay homage. Enthused by great compassion, you taught the Immaculate Dharma to dispel all perverted views. To you, the Buddha Gautama, I pay homage. Enthused by great compassion, you taught the Immaculate Dharma to dispel all perverted views. To you, the Buddha Gautama, I pay homage. I go for refuge until I'm enlightened to the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha. By my accumulations of the practice of giving and so forth, may I become a Buddha to benefit all sentient beings. I go for refuge until I'm enlightened to the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha. By my accumulations of the practice of giving and so forth, may I become a Buddha to benefit all sentient beings. I go for refuge until I'm enlightened to the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha. By my accumulations of the practice of giving and so forth, may I become a Buddha to benefit all sentient beings. In Tibetan origination, there is no ceasing, no arising, no annihilation, no permanence, no coming, no going, no separateness, and no sameness. I prostrate to the consummate Buddha, the supreme among all teachers, the one who taught this peace, which is freed of elaborations. I prostrate to the mothers of the hearers, the bodhisattvas and the Buddhas, who through the knowledge of all lead here seeking pacification to complete peace, who through the knowledge of paths causes those helping migrators to achieve the aims of the world, and who through the omniscience helps subduers on a variety of teachings. The one who has transformed into the reliable guide, motivated by altruism to benefit sentient beings, the teacher, Sugata, and protector, to you I make prostrations. The one who has eliminated the of conceptualizations,
and endowed with the divine bodies of the vast and the profound, who eternally shines forth the forever noble light rays. To you, the Buddha, I make prostrations. Inspired by wisdom and compassion, today in the Buddha's presence, I generate the mind of full awakening for the benefit of all sentient beings. So we'll recite this mantra. Om ye dharma hetu prabhavat hetum tesham tattagato yavatat tesham jayo nirodha evam vati mahashramanaye swaha. Om ye dharma hetu prabhavat hetum tesham tattagato yavatat tesham jayo nirodha evam vadi mahashramanaye swaha. Om ye dharma hetu prabhavat hetum tesham tattagato yavatat tesham jayo nirodha evam vadi mahashramant. All phenomena arise from causes. The causes are taught by the Tathagata. The cessation of the causes as well is taught by the great seer. Profound, peaceful, elaboration-free, clear light and uncomposed. Such is the nectar-like dharma I have discovered. Finding no one who can fathom this teaching, in silence I will retire into the woods. Beyond utterance, thought, and expression is the perfection of wisdom, which is unborn, unceased, and has the nature of space. It is the object of apprehension of self-realized wisdom. To you, the mother of the Buddhas of 3 times, I pay obeisance. All composite things are impermanent. All contaminated things are of the nature of suffering. All phenomena are of the nature of emptiness and selflessness. Transcending sorrow is peace. The Guru is the Buddha, the Guru is the Dharma. Likewise, the Guru is the Sangha. The Guru is the source of everything wholesome. I go for refuge in the Guru. By the sound of the vibrant drum of Dharma, you liberate all beings of miseries. I beseech you to kindly remain and give teachings until the end of the expanse of billions of eons. The Buddha does not wash the negativities of beings, nor does he remove their miseries by his hands. His spiritual realizations are not transferred to them. It is by teaching the truth of suchness that beings are liberated. With folded hands, I beseech the Buddhas of all directions to shine the light of Dharma, for all be withered in misery's gloom. If you are attached to this life, spiritual practitioner, if you are attached to samsara, you have no renunciation. If you are attached to your own self-interest, you have no bodhicitta. If there is grasping, you don't have the will. So turn to page number 31, which is for the new book, and for the old book, I don't know which is it. We'll recite the Heart Sutra mantra. For the new book, it's 29, and for the old, it's 31. Tiyata Om Gate Gate Paragate Parasamgate Bondi Swaha Tiyata Om Gate Gate Paragate Parasamgati Bondi Swaha Dhyata Om Gati Gati Paragati Parasamgati Bodhi 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 Swaha. Please turn to page number 35. We'll recite the 8 verses of Training the Mind by Geshe Langri Changpa. With a determination to achieve the highest aim for the benefit of all sentient beings, which surpasses even the wish-fulfilling gem, may I hold them dear at all times. Whenever I interact with someone, may I view myself as the lowest amongst all, and from the very depths of my heart, respectfully hold others as superior. In all my deeds, may I prop into my mind, and as soon as mental and emotional afflictions arise, as they endanger myself and others, may I strongly confront them and avert them. When I see beings of unpleasant character, and those oppressed by strong negativity and suffering, may I hold them dear, for they are rare to find, as if I have discovered a jewel treasure. When others, out of jealousy, treat me wrongly with abuse, slander, and scorn, may I take upon myself the defeat and offer to others the victory. When someone whom I have helped, or in whom I have placed great hopes, extremely hurtful ways, may I regard them still as my precious teacher. In brief, may I offer benefit and joy to all my mothers, both directly and indirectly. May all this remain undefiled by the stains of the 8 mundane concerns, and may I, recognizing all things as illusions, devoid of clinging, be released from bondage. From my 2 collections, vast a space that I've amassed, from working with effort at this practice for a great length of time, may I become the chief leading Buddha for all those whose mind's wisdom eye is blinded by ignorance. Please turn to page number 42. We'll recite The Foundation of All Good Qualities by Lama Tsongkhapa. The foundation of all good qualities is the kind and perfect pure Guru. Correct devotion to him is the root of the path. By clearly seeing this and applying great effort, please best me to rely upon him with great respect. Understanding that the precious freedom of this rebirth is found only once, is greatly meaningful and is difficult to find again. Please bless me to generate the mind that unceasingly, day and night, takes its essence. This life is as impermanent as a water bubble. Remember how quickly it decays and death comes. After death, just like a shadow follows the body, the results of virtues and unvirtuous karma follow. Finding firm and definite conviction in this, please bless me always to be careful, to abandon even the slightest negativity, and to accomplish all virtuous deeds. Samsaric splendors are unsatisfying and unreliable. Seeking them is the door to all suffering. Recognizing these shortcomings, please bless me to generate a strong wish for the bliss of liberation. Led by this pure thought, mindfulness, alertness, and great caution arise. The root of the teachings is keeping the Pratimoksha vows. Please bless me to accomplish this essential practice. Just as I've fallen into the sea of samsara, so have all mother my creator beings. Please bless me to see this, train in supreme bodhicitta, and bear the responsibility of freeing migratory beings. Even if I develop bodhicitta but I don't practice the three types of morality, I will not achieve enlightenment. With my clear recognition of this, please bless me to practice the bodhisattva vows with great energy. Once I've pacified distractions to wrong objects and correctly analyzed the meaning of reality, please bless me to generate quickly within my mind stream the unified path of calm abiding and special insight. Having become a pure vessel by training in the general path, please bless me to enter the holy gateway of the fortunate ones, the supreme Vajra vehicle. At that time, the basis of accomplishing the two attainments is keeping pure vows in Samaya. As I've become firmly convinced of this, please bless me to protect these vows and pledges like my life. Then, having realized the importance of the two stages, the essence of Vajrayana, by practicing with great energy, never giving up the 4 sessions, please bless me to realize the teachings of the Holy Guru. Like that, may the gurus who show the noble path and the spiritual friends who practice it have long lives. Please bless me to pacify completely all outer and inner hindrances. In all my lives never separated from perfect gurus, may I enjoy the magnificent dharma. By completing the qualities of the stages and paths, may I quickly attain the state of Vajradhara. So we'll recite this Mixima mantra. Mingme Chen Jeresek Time Kembe Wangbo Jambe Ya Dupo Ma Le Jom Se Sang Weda Kache Kembe Zonke Zongapa Rosan Tape Shabla Soa Deb. So the meaning of the mantra is in the following. You are Avalokiteshvara, great treasure of non-referential compassion, and Manjushri, master of flawless wisdom, as well as Vajrapani, destroyer of hordes of demons without exception. Tsongkhapa, crown jewel of the sages of the land of snows. Losangthapa, at your feet I make prostrations. So shall we meditate for like 5 minutes? We will. First of all, for the newcomers, you have to straighten your body posture, your back straight, and your eyes 45% downcast. Your left hand on the right hand, and then your focal point should be your breath. And also you have to cross your legs. Sorry, it's my first time.
Yesterday what we were doing, tandu desne dishota, masu di kasus sanyi kadur, shoge yabre, shoge, ya wanti jore. Oh, can you hear me? No. Okay, no. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Ajirji, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Okay. Yesterday we were on page 20. Page 20. The definition of the nature of the mind. The definition of mind, or okay, I hope you all have the book. Anybody who's new today? 1, 2, okay, 3. Okay, so basically, okay, now, because this is a very brief course, we are rushing through, right? So I don't really have a time to go through, revise what we did yesterday. Okay, let's read page 20. Definition of the nature of mind. Definition of mind or consciousness is that which is clear and knowing. So we have to keep in mind that as to how the mind is defined, it is not that from the Buddhist point of view. If possible, try to skip all these qualifications from Buddhist point of view. But mind is mind. We discussed last time. Mind, whether you're Buddhist or not Buddhist, you have a mind. Whether you're boy or girl, you have a mind. That mind, which is a reality. What is that? What is that real entity known as the mind? So that is defined as the agent of clarity and knowing, or clear and knowing agent. You're getting it? This is how we define it. And then in future, no need to say that from the Buddhist point of view. You can define it like this. Then you can defend your position. You have to defend it when people throw more questions to you. Then if they ask you, where did you get this from? Then you can say from Buddhist texts. That's fine. But the idea is that don't say that it's from Buddhist point of view. If you say it's from Buddhist point of view, then this is not the real definition. We are looking for the definition of the mind. So what's the definition of mind? Clear and knowing agent, or the agent of clarity and knowing. Clear and knowing agent, this is best. The knowing nature, the last paragraph, page 20, the knowing nature or agency is called mind, and this is non-material. This is very important. We have to keep in mind that the reality, say the neuroscience today, most of them will reduce the mind to the brain. Because for them, they can only imagine something which is quantifiable, something which is tangible. But the reality is there are the phenomena which are a part of reality, but it's not tangible. For example, let's say your experience of joy. Joy cannot be quantified. It cannot be measured. Joy, happiness, sadness, these are all realities. You're getting it? These are all realities, but cannot be expressed or quantified. So simply because it's a reality doesn't mean that it should be able to be measured physically. So whereas neuroscience, one of the drawbacks as of now is that it tries to look at things, the mind, which is non-tangible, as a tangible brain. In other words, it is our job, your job, my job, to distinguish between what is brain, which is physical, what is mind, which is non-physical, physical and non-tangible. Okay. The mind and the knowing nature or agency is called mind, and this is non-material, non-tangible. It is an empirical reality. It's a reality, but it's not a tangible reality. It's not a material reality. Cognitive events, meaning that I know I'm happy, I'm in Tibet house, I'm in Delhi, that I know that the temperature now is very moderate, it's very pleasant. All these, let's say, your knowledge, that is the cognitive events. Cognitive events possess the nature of knowing because of the fundamental nature of the clarity that underlies all cognitive events. So for all cognitive events, for example, say, me by sitting here, I can think of the Buddha relics in National Museum, right? Buddha relics in National Museum. I'm not seeing it with my direct eyes now, but I know that there's a Buddha relics there. So in my mind, in my mental consciousness, the image of the Buddha relics comes to my mind. So then my mind engaged in the act of cognition, cognizing, yes, there's a the Buddha relics there in the National Museum, which is open from Tuesday to Sunday, 10 a.m. to 5 or say 5:30. Okay, so I know that. So that is not happening on it's not happening on the eye sense consciousness, it's happening on the mental consciousness that I know. There's a phenomena which I know, but I'm not seeing my brain, right? I'm not seeing my brain. I'm not seeing the synaptic, the connections. I'm not seeing the neurotransmitters being transmitted from this part of the neuron to the other, the neuron. I'm not seeing that, but experientially I can feel that, yes, I know that there's a Buddha relics there in the National Museum. So that is the cognitive event. So that cognitive event, so there, where is this cognitive event happening? It is not happening on the brain, it's happening on the mind. Because this phenomenon, the cognitive event, that there is indicate there is the Buddha relics there. This is something which I know it firsthand, which we know firsthand. The neuroscientists, they don't know that what's going in my mind, but they do know what's going in my brain. So what they see, which I do not see, is my brain, which I experience, which they do not experience, that is my mind. You're getting it? This is a very important distinction that we should be able to make. The mind's fundamental nature, the clear-light nature of mind. So finally, with this mind, the way we explained, we did that, right? The Yamuna River. Okay, so Yamuna River water, however dirty that is, when you remove the dirt, then the purity comes out. Our mind, however defiled the mind is, when you remove the dirt, mental dirt, then the purity comes out. That pure nature of the mind is known as clear light nature of the mind. Clear light. It's so pure, like a very clear light, without any stains. Okay. And of course, more detailed explanation should be done. I'll skip that for the time being. Let's first do the text to some extent. Mind can be classified in a number of different ways. A major way of division is known as sevenfold division mind. Okay, now, last time did we do the definition of mind? The clear, how it's clear, knowing, how it's knowing, all done? Done? Pudila? Done, not done? Okay, done, not done? Indrajiji? Clear knowing. Individually? Individually, we do not do it. Okay, clear, the mirror-like. Knowing, to the mirror doesn't know, but we know. We did it. Tavishi? Okay, don't worry. Okay, one thing that we need to keep in mind is that the mind, there are many things. Something which is tangible, like this, the flower, something which is tangible, physical, and some things which are not physical, very subtle. For example, so when I was in Singapore many years ago, my friend took me to his company. And the company is a company to wash the computer parts. And then from the glass, I couldn't see the people inside, people who are working there, who do the work. And then all the people, they have the surgery, the dress like. Surgery dress like, all the, what do you call it? The mask and everything. Oh, why they wear this mask and all this, the body covered? Why? He said that because the computer parts, they're working very subtly, the air and all these things should be very fine. It should not be, the gross ones comes, then they will, if they land, the gross dust, they land on the computer parts, then the electricity cannot pass efficiently. So therefore it should be extremely clean. And for this, and at the top there are tiny holes. From these holes, the air particles fall, very tiny air particles. Then he was telling me something nano precise, like this. Oh, this is very precise. For us, there's no distinction. This air and what you see, the air, there's no distinction. Because our eyes do not have the capacity to see what is the gross one, what is the subtler one. You're getting it? Likewise, phenomena, just as these within the air, some are very gross and some are very subtle. Likewise, within the phenomena, some are very gross, like Pembesinger's body, the pillar, Tibet house, Delhi, the sun, moon, and so forth. And then very subtle ones like your mind, very mind. So this is where the limitation of the neuroscience, the limitation of the modern science in general, and neuroscience is that they are looking for something which is so physical and gross. They cannot imagine something which is subtle. Whereas quantum physics nowadays, it has made a paradigm shift from the very gross Newtonian classical physics to the quantum physics. There's a paradigm shift there. So where the subjectivity, the mind, subjectivity, the subject plays a role to determine what the reality is. Okay, there's a shift happening there. And the neuroscience also, depending on how to find the development, hopefully there's going to be paradigm shift to unfold many of the subtle phenomena. Okay, so the point is that what we were saying is the mind belongs to which category? The gross physical or the subtle and non-physical? Subtle and non-physical. This is the reality. You're getting it? This is a reality. Okay, now this mind, finally when we say I'm happy, I'm not happy, this is all decided by your mind. And say the same phenomena, let's say that, okay, say if you are to be in Delhi, let's say if you're going to be Delhi under 47 degrees centigrade, how many of you would feel it as a fun and joy? Fun to be in Delhi, 47 degrees centigrade. Indrajit ji? No. Pudila? Not really. Okay, Ajir ji? Not really. Okay, so why not? Huh? Too hot. What's the problem? It's too hot. If it is too nice, it's not a problem. Right? Too nice, too good, right? Too hot, what's the problem? Too cold, what's the problem? We sweat. Our body cannot bear it. Too nice, we can bear it. Right? Too hot, we cannot bear it. You're getting it? We cannot bear it. Well, what do you mean by I cannot bear it? Because my mind feels discomfort. You want the discomfort or you want the comfort? I want comfort. I don't want discomfort. When the degree of discomfort goes to high level, then I cannot bear it anymore. You're getting it? So that is happening where? On the mental level. You're getting it? So this mind decides. You are happy, not happy, and so forth. So this mind, we see that this is very important. Okay, this is very important. This mind, how this mind decides. For some people, I personally will say that if I'm given choice, whether you will live in Delhi or you live in where? Huh? Pune? I don't know whether Pune has the international airport. No? Okay, so I would prefer Delhi then. Huh? They have? Okay. Okay, only 2 flights. Okay, so what I would say is I would prefer Delhi then. Not because Pune people are not good, because of a reason. Delhi, once from the Pune temperature, when it is like, say, the 32, is hot or not hot? Very hot. Hey, Shalmali, hot, not hot? Very hot. Okay, 32, very hot. Delhi, when 47, it drops to 40 or 38. People say that people enjoy, right? Very pleasant. Okay, from Delhi, what happened once, I landed in Pune, and Delhi was terribly hot. I landed in Pune, and at the airport, I could feel the breeze, cool breeze. My host, Ashaji and Zubinji, two of them, my host, they came to pick me up, and then my host, the Zubinji, the gentleman, he said that Kishara is so hot. I said, no, it's so pleasant. He said, no, it's so hot, it's sweating, it's so pleasant. Then I told him, you must be joking. He said, no, I'm sweating. I said, okay, if you're not joking, then I feel so grateful to Delhi. Because of Delhi, wherever I travel, I feel the breeze, right? I feel the breeze. Whereas if you're not in Delhi, wherever you travel, you'll feel the heat. So I feel so grateful to Delhi. The same phenomenon, temperature 32 degrees centigrade. For some people, this is an unbearable phenomenon. For others who came from Delhi, this is a breeze feeling, very pleasant feeling. You're getting it? So what's the difference? Object is the same, subject is different. You're getting it? What is that subject? The mind which feels. So that mind is very interesting. How this mind feels pleasant, how this mind feels unpleasant, these are all determined by other factors. What factors? Okay, in a loose sense, let's say that, okay, oh, this is one gentleman there, right? Who's he? Oh, my friend. You're getting it? Then what feeling comes to you? Pleasant, unpleasant? Pleasant feeling comes. Okay, there's one gentleman there. Who is he? Your competitor, your rival. Then what feeling comes? Unpleasant feeling comes. So look, so this pleasant feeling, that unpleasant feeling arises, then you push the other person away from you. Pleasant feeling comes, you embrace. You're getting it? Embrace because of pleasant feeling. Unpleasant feeling, then you push. Aversion comes. What made the pleasant feeling arise? What made the pleasant feeling arise? What made the unpleasant feeling arise? Huh? How? So I said, oh, there's a gentleman there. Who's he? Right? There's a gentleman there. What's your reaction? Neutral? Positive or negative? Neutral. Then you see, who is it? My friend. You're getting it? My friend. When you say that it's my friend, then the pleasant feeling arises. My friend, that your knowledge that the person is your friend, that is a cognitive thought process. You're getting it? That's a cognitive event, cognitive thought process. Okay, whereas, who's that person? This is your rival, right? Then unpleasant feeling arises, rival. Okay, so seeing the other person as rival, seeing the other person as your friend, these two are cognitive thought processes. With this cognitive event, then what next happens is then feelings arise. You're getting it? So the feelings then determine whether you push the other person or whether you embrace the other person. You're getting it? So embrace, in the loose sense, embrace is love. Push is aversion. Right? So with the embrace, then there's a compassion, there's understanding, harmony. All these things happen because of embrace. And this embrace is because of, hey, embrace because of the pleasant feeling because of a particular cognitive thought process, right? And then when you say, this is your rival, okay, uneasy feeling comes. Then your mind pushes the other person. Mentally, you push the other person. And then if it goes to extreme, then physically you try to push the other person. Fine. You're getting it? So there, why this push is happening? Because of the unpleasant feeling. You're getting it? And why unpleasant feeling? Because of the particular cognitive thought process that the other person is your rival. You're getting it? Okay, so this will go into detail. From this, detail later, from this what we learn is that whether you're going to be a happy person or unhappy person, whether you're going to be a short-tempered person or the understanding person, compassionate person, they're all determined by the feelings. Now the feelings are done by the cognitive thought process. You're getting it? So finally, if you really want to embrace others rather than push others, if you really want to embrace others rather than fighting with others, what should you do? You should make sure that meeting with other people, pleasant feeling arises. And how to make sure the pleasant feeling arises? By changing the cognitive thought process. You're getting it? This is where the study of this Buddhist psychology is extremely relevant or extremely beneficial in, say, applying this in the rehabilitation centers, in the counselings, and in the family. You're getting it? In a family, a little bit of, say, the squabble, the fights, disagreements happen. Then you can use it, you can see what's going in the mind of that person. So it's just see how to trigger pleasant feeling in other people. You're getting it? This psychology is so precious. Okay, because the cognitive thought process is so important, we see that our mind, generally speaking, our mind, if you are to dissect me, if you are to dissect me and see what's going in my mind, if you can see my mind, then we see that this mind can be seen in, let's say, generally speaking, this mind can be seen in two different aspects. It has multiple aspects. You're getting it? One way of classifying this is that it can be seen in two different aspects. One is the cognitive thought process, cognitive, and the other one is affective. Cognitive versus affective. AFFECTIVE. Affective and cognitive. Cognitive is the knowledge, and then the affective is the movement of the mind. Movement of the mind. Affective and the cognitive. There are two. And the affective, right? Whether the family is a happy family, not happy family, the person's happy person, unhappy person, they're all determined by the affective side. And the affective side of the mind is determined by the cognitive side. You're getting it? You're getting it? So, I say when somebody's depressed is what's happening? When an unpleasant feeling comes, you see anybody, you just want to push anybody all away from, and you want to just stay by yourself in a dark room. You don't want to communicate with anybody else. This is because this is the affective side. With the affective side, either it pushes others away from you or will embrace. The two. Affect can be both. The movement is there. The mind moves towards others, embrace, or moves away. That is aversion. That is affective. So what makes this affective to play? Because of the feeling. What makes this feeling? What kind of feeling? What decides? The cognitive thought process. You're getting it? So therefore, the cognitive thought process plays a very important role. Now, because this plays a very important, if you see the connection, that whole harmony, your happiness, and then to administer the depression, anxiety. Nowadays, there are so many people going through anxiety disorder, depression, right? Okay, so there, how to tackle it is by knowing that this all comes from the feelings that is determined by the cognitive thought process. Now we specialize in the cognitive thought process. How to rectify the cognitive thought process? You're getting it? Cognitive thought process. So to know the cognitive thought process so well, there's a mention of the sevenfold divisions of the mind. This is beautiful representation of the cognitive aspect of the mind. Okay, so what do you see there? What is the first one? Okay, Namsala, read. What's the first one? Direct valid perceiver. Okay, then next. Inferential cognizer. Number 3 is subsequent cognizer. Number 4 is correctly assuming consciousness. Number 5, non-discerning direct perceiver. Number 6, doubting consciousness. Number 7, deceptive or wrong consciousness. 7. Okay, if possible, we try to learn these 7 by heart. By heart, without altering the sequence. Even the sequence has a reason. Why this is put in this particular sequence, there's a reason there. You're getting it? Okay, first I will explain one by one. Then after this, we'll go into detail of each of these points. You're getting it? This is extremely important psychology. 1, direct, valid, perceiver. Where are you? Where are you? Tibet house. How do you know that you're in Tibet house? We can see the environment of Tibet house. Okay, good. What is my right hand? Huh? How do you know there's a flower in my right hand? I can see it. You're getting it? I can see it. How do you know that you are seeing it? How do you know that you are seeing it? Again, you say, my eyes could see it. How do you know that your eyes are seeing it? This is my question. How do you know that your mental consciousness sees the eye consciousness seeing the flower? How do you know that your mind knows the mental consciousness sees the eye consciousness seeing the flower? I'm getting the feeling. Right? Okay, I'm getting the feeling. I'm getting the feeling. How do you know that you're getting the feeling that your mental consciousness sees the eye consciousness seeing the flower? Okay, you're getting it? Okay, so this is extremely important point. Now, if you say that, okay, let's say that there's a thief, and you identify the thief so well, say as a person A, and you identify the person A here in this hall. Oh, the thief is here in this hall, right? And you identify the person so well. There's the thief there, right? And then you take the person to the court, right? Oh, okay. You take the Tibet house to court, saying that Tibet is giving the key thief, right? And then I ask, how do you know there's a thief there in Tibet house? I've seen that with my own eyes, right? Are you sure? Yes, I've seen that with my eyes. Once you saw something, for example, say, yeah, I can see the flower there in his hand, right? Yes, of course, in the glass, he was holding the flower in his hand. How do you know that? I see that. I saw that with my own eyes. When you say that I saw that with my own eyes, then people will not ask the second question. Until they come to know that you are hallucinating. How many of you are hallucinating now? Nobody. You say that I'm not hallucinating and I saw that with my own eyes. So that is known as I directly saw it. Direct, valid, perceiver. Direct means that I saw it myself. Valid means it is not wrong, it is right. Valid. Perceiver means this is the consciousness here. We saw that. Direct, valid, perceiver. You are getting it? In Tibetan, it is known as Ngunsum. Ngunsum Tsema. Ngunsum Tsema. This is Tibetan. Ngunsum Tsema. Okay. The next is... Okay, next is... Okay, let's say... the next is... Is there traffic outside? Okay, this machine, is it on electricity? Electricity is on or not? How do you know? Do you see the electricity passing? Hey, are you seeing the electricity passing from through the wire? You're gonna see that. How do you know that the machine is on? How do you know that the electricity is constantly consumed? How do you know that? How do you know it's working? Tavishi? I can hear the sound. I can hear the sound. Sound, is this a machine? Sound is not a machine. But from the sound, I can infer. I cannot see directly that the electricity is passing. I cannot directly see that, but from the sound is produced from the machine, and the machine produces the sound only when the electricity is being used. So I infer, you're getting it? I infer this is known as inferential. I know that through inference, not directly. I don't see directly. For example, okay, simple example that we give is that in the daytime from distance, you see the building there, maybe like 1 kilometer away, you see the building, and there is the smoke coming out of that, From there, what will you, okay, is there a fire there? What will you say? Oh, the house is on fire. How do you know that? You don't see the fire. How do you know that there's a fire there? From the smoke. Smoke is not a fire. Smoke is fire or not? But how do you know that there's a fire? You're not seeing it, and smoke is not a fire. Quick. Yes, raise hands. Mike.
If there is smoke, there should be fire.
Okay, with the smoke, from there we can infer. The smoke invariably arises only from the fire, not otherwise. So from the smoke, we don't see the fire directly, but we can infer the fire through smoke. You're getting it? So that knowledge, yes, 100% there's a fire there. Do you see the fire? No, but I know that. You have a knowledge. You're getting it? You have the knowledge that there's a fire there. That knowledge is inferential cognition. You're getting it? Okay. How many of you know that you have lungs? You have lungs. How many of you that you have lungs? How many of you don't know that you have lungs? Okay. How many of you know that you have lungs? You raise hands. Okay. Okay. Alhamdulillah, tell me, how do you know that you have lungs? Okay, Mike.
Geshe-la, because I'm breathing.
Because I'm breathing, right? I'm breathing. I don't see the lungs. I don't see my lungs, but I'm breathing. There must be a machine inside, right? The machine inside, which pumps out the air, which takes in the air. There must be a machine inside. That is known as lungs. You're getting it? We could infer the lungs, but we know that I have lungs. We know that we have lungs. That knowledge is not a direct knowledge. It is inferential cognition. So inferential cognition in Tibetan is known as jepak. Raja dajaram jesa je thaupak. Jepak. This is inferential cognition. You're getting it? Okay. Now, what is number one? Direct value perceiver. What is number two? Inference cognition. Okay, tomorrow we should have all these 7 on our fingertips. You're getting it? If you don't have these on our fingertips, then the Indrajit will scold all of you, because we will not have class tomorrow then. They came all the way from Pune to have the class. You're getting it? Okay, we need to have all these 7 points on our fingertips. What is number 3? Interesting. Subsequent cognizer. Okay. Subsequent cognizer meaning, okay, let's see. What is in my left hand? Huh? Okay, nothing. Now what is in my left hand? Flower. Okay, keep looking at it for 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. Okay, for 5 seconds, you have the eye consciousness seeing the flower. You getting it? Okay, be in the I'm trying to explain things and in as simple as possible. You're getting it? And don't think that it's so easy. You're getting it? So to see whether it's easy or not, later on when you have the group discussion, then people ask questions, you get stuck, it's not easy. You're getting it? So you have to just pay attention. Make sure that don't think that okay, this is easy. Okay, so the point is that when I'm saying something, don't try to correlate this with or earlier he said like this. No, be in the present moment and just try to focus on what is being said at the particular present moment. Okay, so you are looking at this flower for 5 seconds, for 5 moments, let's say, for 5 moments. Okay, for 5 moments, the flower exists in my hand. Yes? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now I take it away. You're getting, for 5 moments, the flower existed in my hand. You agree with me now? Good. So how do you know that the flower existed in my mind, in my hand for 5 moments? How do you know that? Because I had the eye consciousness, I have the eye consciousness, which saw the flower for 5 moments. Of the 5 moments, there are 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The first moment is known as valid cognition. The remaining 4 are known as subsequent cognizer. The first moment is known as valid cognition, and the remaining moments are known as subsequent cognizer. A valid cognition in Tibetan it is known as tsema, and the subsequent cognizers they are known as jeshe. Okay, valid cognition and subsequent cognizers. Only the first moment is valid cognition, and the remaining moments they're all subsequent cognizers. Okay, this is what we need to keep in mind. And then you should feel free to ask why this distinction is made, right? If I make the distinction that the first moment is valid cognition, remaining subsequent cognizer, you can make another distinction by saying second moment is known as the subsequent cognizer, remaining subsequent cognizer. You can make more and more distinction. No, there's a reason. Only the first moment is taken apart, rest are clubbed together as subsequent cognizers. Why? There's a reason. Okay, this is very important. Say, at the time of Albert Einstein, tell me what is the famous discovery, or what is the famous theory Einstein invented? Relativity theory. Very good. Okay, relativity theory at the time of Albert Einstein, when he just came up with this theory, how many people understood this theory? Very few? No one? Einstein know that, right? Not true. So what was said was that there was, if you read the story, you come to learn that there was one gentleman who was talking to Albert Einstein's very good physicist friend. And this gentleman was asking the question to the Albert Einstein's friend that, is it true, okay, listen to this, is it true that in this world there are only 3 people who understand relativity theory? And the second person, the physicist, he was not responding, he was just thinking like this. And the third person meaning his friend, asked the Albert Einstein's friend, is it not true? Then he said, no, wait, I'm thinking of who the third person is. The first person was Einstein, number 2, he himself. And he thought that it's only Einstein and him who knew this theory, others nobody. Then his friend was asking that there's the third person, and he was thinking who the third person might be. Today, how many people are there who understand the relativity theory? So many young boys and girls who are taking physics. For example, they're taking physics in the undergrad taking physics honors. Most of them know their relativity theory. You're getting it? In those days, only 3. So Einstein, they knew the relativity theory, and today there are so many young boys and girls. They know the relativity theory. So, but which is, if you want to seek the guidance, if you want to seek, if you want to learn about relativity theory, you want to learn from Einstein or learn from today's young boys and girls? From whom? Einstein. Why? Hey, why? Indrajit, why? Mike.
Because he's the one who found out the relativity
So
theory.
what's the difference? So the young boy today or young girl today, if knows, then why not?
Because they have learned it, but he knows it like.
Oh, there's a difference. What is that difference? Anybody? Okay, Indrajit ji was trying to explain the difference. Anybody who can make difference between the 2 kinds of knowledge. One, the knowledge that Einstein has had the one today's scholars, today's young boys and girls say no. Anybody over there? Okay. Why I'm asking this question is not for any other reason. For the reason that we have to think. Only when you think, then you are convinced, wow, that's very true. You're getting this is how we learn psychology. Likewise, philosophy. When you think, you get conviction, wow, that's true. Then you're learning philosophy. This is how we have to learn. Otherwise, I can just explain everything. This psychology in 3 days, very, very easily. You'll finish it and you will not know anything. Right? Okay, so to come to really appreciate, and then you study Western psychology, you see that it's so easy. You're getting it? Because what you're learning here is so empirical, you can really feel it. You can see the nuances. Yes.
The Einstein's theory, what he developed, is the first-hand knowledge. It is his discovery. So he can explain it better.
Yeah.
Rather, a student who has learned it from book, he might not even understand it, but he might have only just memorized it.
Okay. So sorry, your name?
Kapil.
Okay. What Kapilji said, that's that Einstein, he really knows it. And today, it's more like the memorization or just copying, imitation, right? Okay, anybody else? Anybody? What do you think is the difference? Yes, Tashila?
The science he discovered the relativity theory, and that others they just subsequent.
Okay, so what Albert Einstein did was that he discovered it. He discovered it, and all others, like the subsequent colonizers, they just imitated. So in other words, there's no power. What Einstein said, there's a tremendous confidence there. What's the purpose of the valid cognition? What's the purpose of valid cognition? For example, let's say that what example should I give? Okay, let's say that there is coronavirus spread, right? There's an outbreak of coronavirus. Okay, if you think coronavirus is like a small chocolate, okay, that's fine. Okay, where's coronavirus? Where can I get the coronavirus? Okay, in CP, then you rush there. No, don't go there, right? Don't go there. Coronavirus is like a chocolate, right? It can kill you. What is coronavirus? Then you will ask. So you're looking for the knowledge. When you get the proper knowledge, then you start to feel the weight of it and the fear. Oh, I should not go close to that. I should stay away. With the proper knowledge, it will help you to get the desired goal, that you be free from suffering and that you have the maximum happiness. So the valid cognition should have the purpose of taking you to the desired goal. You're getting it? For that matter, say who can really give you the conviction? Einstein or somebody who learned newly now? Einstein. You're getting it? So that he has the original version has to wait. And the subsequent ones, they're just imitation. They don't really have to wait. You're getting it? Okay. So the first moment is so precious and very important. And later ones are very easy. Later ones are known as subsequent cognizers. Okay, now tell me. You're looking at this flower for 5 moments. So you have eye consciousness for 5 moments. Which of the 5 moments is the valid cognition? Only the first one. The remaining are subsequent cognizers. You're getting it? Okay. In fact, there are many more interesting questions, but I need to skip it. We cannot finish the course otherwise within the given time. Okay. Now my question to you. The second moment of your eye consciousness, seeing the flower, is it valid cognition or subsequent cognizer? Subsequent cognizer. You're getting it? Now I can check how smart you are. What did I say? The second moment of your eye consciousness, seeing the flower. Okay, this is your stream of your consciousness. This is a stream of the flower. First moment of the eye consciousness, seeing the flower. Second moment of the eye consciousness, seeing the flower. You're getting it? This is what I said. Now I'm going to switch a little bit. Eye consciousness, seeing the second moment of the flower. Earlier, how did I put it? Earlier. Second moment is here or here? Here. What is here? Consciousness. Here is the flower, object, the flower. Now, what I said is the second moment of the eye consciousness, seeing the flower. That is valid cognition or inferential cognition. No, valid cognition or subsequent cognizer. Subcognizer. Very good. Now I switch it. Eye consciousness rather than second moment. Eye consciousness seeing the flower. Eye consciousness seeing the second moment of the flower. Is that valid cognition or subsequent cognizer? Okay. Anybody who can repeat my second question? How to see whether you got my question? Okay, the Tavishi? Oh, Mike. Okay, let us all listen. Yes. What's the first question?
First question was that the second moment
of the
eye consciousness
seeing the flower. Very good.
And the second question
is
that the eye consciousness
seeing the
second moment of the flower.
Second moment of the flower. Okay. Which of the two is the second moment of the eye consciousness seeing the flower, is it valid cognition or subsequent cognizer?
Subsequent.
Very good. Now my second question is, eye consciousness seeing the second moment of the flower, is that valid cognition or subsequent cognizer?
Valid.
It cannot be both. These two are what is known as mutually exclusive. Boy and a non-boy. Boy and non-boy is can you think of a person who's both boy and non-boy? Boy and girl, you can say right? Boy and non-boy. No, these two are mutually exclusive. Mutually exclusive. Likewise, valid cognition and subsequent cognizers, these two are mutually exclusive. Mutually exclusive means these two are like the ngungel. In Tibetan, we call it like a ngungel, or this is like gelwa. Contradiction, the contradictory. Either or is one. Okay, so this is the eye consciousness seeing the second moment of the flower. Is a valid cognition or subsequent cognizer? Okay, how many say subsequent cognizer? Raise hands. Okay, how many you say valid cognition? Okay, Sharmali? Subsequent or valid? Valid. You didn't raise your hand. Okay, I didn't see it. Okay, now the three Pune wala, they are in the valid cognition. And how many valid cognition? Chandigarh wala? From Dharamsala. Dharamsala is valid cognition. No, valid cognition, subsequent cognizer. Valid cognition. Okay, how do you say the subsequent cognizer? Raise hands. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so what we do is that we'll have debate between two of you. The two groups, you debate during the group discussion. Right? If possible, what you do is that after this class, then you will, after class, meaning we'll have 2 sessions. After the second session, then you will have a quick meeting and have some discussions. The question must be very clear. What's the first question? The second moment of the eye consciousness, seeing the flower, is it valid cognition or subsequent cognizer? You all agree that it is subsequent cognizer. Very good. My second question is, eye consciousness, seeing the second moment of the flower, is this valid cognition or subsequent cognizer? And some of you said it is valid cognition, some of you said it is subsequent cognizer, right? Okay. I'll ask question to both of you. Okay, how many of you said it's valid cognition? Raise hands, I'll ask question to you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, those of you said it is valid cognition, my question to you is that eye consciousness seeing the second moment of the flower, is that the second moment of eye consciousness seeing the flower? Yes, no. No? Okay, you're getting it? Those who said it's valid cognition, you should keep this question in mind. Or if you can answer this question, only then you can definitely proceed, otherwise you cannot. Second moment of the eye consciousness, oh no, the eye consciousness seeing the second moment of the flower, is this not the second moment of the eye consciousness seeing the flower? Yes, no? No, I'm asking those people who said this is second moment, the eye consciousness seeing the second moment of the flower, this is valid cognition. I'm asking those people. No? Okay, just imagine, let's say, you have the second moment of your eye consciousness. Okay, first moment is gone. In your case, first moment is gone. Now you have the second moment. Second eye consciousness, seeing the flower. This second moment eye consciousness, seeing the flower, is that the eye consciousness seeing the second moment of the flower? Is it seeing the flower or not? Which flower is that? First moment, second moment, third moment? Second, here you are. So therefore, your eye consciousness, your second moment eye consciousness seeing the flower is the eye consciousness which sees the second moment of the flower. If it is eye consciousness seeing the second moment of the flower, right? If there's eye consciousness seeing the second moment, if the second moment, if the eye consciousness seeing the second moment of the flower is the second moment of the eye consciousness seeing the flower, it becomes the subsequent cognizer. It cannot be valid cognition. Okay, now how many of you said there is subsequent cognizer? I have a question for you. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, many of you. Okay, those of you who said that this is subsequent, which is subsequent cognizer? Tell me. Which is question? What is my question? Those who said that this is subsequent cognizer, what is my question? Eye consciousness? Okay, very good. Eye consciousness seeing the second moment of the flower. How many said that this is subsequent cognizer? Raise hands. Okay, punishment for you. My punishment is with a question. You have to defend it. So let's say second moment of the flower. Second moment of the flower. Who sees that? Your eye consciousness. Your eye consciousness seeing the second moment of the flower. You're getting it? Okay. Your eye consciousness seeing the second moment of the flower. So the second moment of the flower is freshly seen by your eye consciousness, or the second moment of the flower is seen before that by somebody? Freshly or seen before that by somebody? Freshly, because the second moment of the flower did not exist before that. So it is freshly seen. It's seen first time. When it's seen first time, it should be the valid cognition. You're getting it? Okay, so these are the two debates. Both have the questions, not only one side. Both have the questions. You're getting it? So those who said that is valid cognition, you should have the question against the those who said subsequent cognizer. Those who subsequent cognizer should be able to put a question properly to those people who said it's valid cognition. You're getting it? Okay, very good. Okay, what is next? Correctly assuming consciousness. Correctly assuming consciousness. Okay. Let me say that the Buddha said, okay, what is this? Glass of water. Okay, this glass of water is made of, this is glass of water, and the scientists, chemists will say this is H2O. And the physicists will say this is atoms, electrons, protons. Okay, who's correct? All are correct. Raise hands. Who's correct? All are correct. Okay. How do you know that all are correct? They are talking about the same thing. Do you know that it's just a bunch of electrons, protons, neutrons? Do you know that? It's Is it valid? You know that, which means your mind knows it. That mind which knows you, that mind which you think it knows, that mind is this valid cognition or subsequent cognizer? Huh? The girl over there? Huh? Valid cognition, subsequent cognizer. Subsequent? Okay. How many of you have seen atoms? Raise hands. How many of you have seen it? You have never seen the atoms. You're getting it? How do you know that it's made of atoms? You're just mimicking. We're just copying. We're just imitating the scientists. We've never seen the atoms. You're getting it? So therefore, but if you double check it with the electron microscope and so forth, you will see that what you said is correct. So this is not your conviction. You don't have the conviction. You don't know that it's really made of electrons, but you're mimicking. But this mimicking is a correctly assuming consciousness. You're getting it? You actually don't know that. You just believe in it. Okay. E equals mc square. What is this equation? Who said it? Einstein said it. Okay, we all can say this, but we just mimic it. We mimic it and then we assume that is correct. So, but if you double check it, you can see that it is correct actually. So this is known as correctly assuming consciousness. We assume it, but actually the way we assume this is not incorrect, it's correct. It's correct. Okay, so we have correctly assuming consciousness. What is next? Non-discerning direct. This is very important. Okay, non-discerning direct perceiver. Okay, this is a very important concept. For this matter, I like to. Okay, the là sujet reduré. This is one sujet reduré. Ah, sujet maré. Ah ne. Nghĩa thì đi vào trong bát έσha mà chứ, trong bát έσha anh thì này sujet kustan, ta sujet mana disha. Okay, so this is a very important concept. For that matter, what we need to know is that we need to know the 4 Buddhist philosophical schools. 4 Buddhist philosophical schools. 4 Buddhist philosophical schools. We'll just know the labels, what they are. We'll know the labels. 4 Buddhist philosophical schools. Duptashi in Tibetan. Duptashi. 4 Buddhist philosophical schools. Okay. Number 1. And this order, whenever I say something in order, that order is very important. Don't try to alter the order. Number 1 is Vaibhashika. Vaibhashika. V-A-I, Vaibha, B-H-A-S-H-I-K-A. Vaibhashika. V-A-I, B-H-A-K-H-A, oh no, V-S-H-I-K-A. Vaibhashika. Number 1. Number 2, Sautrantika. S-A-U. Number 1, Vaibhashika is Chetamawa. In Tibetan, Chetamawa. Vaibhashika. Number 2, Sautrantika. S-A-U-T-R-A-N-T-I-K-A. Sautrantika. S-A-U-T-R-A-N-T-I-K-A. Dodepa. In Tibetan, Dodepa. Sautrantika. In Tibetan, Dodepa. Number 3, Chittamatra. C-H-I-T-T-A-M-A-T-R-A. Chittamatra. C-H-I-T-T-A-M-A-T-R-A. Semtsampa in Tibetan. Semtsampa. Chittamatra. Semtsampa. And then finally, Madhya Marga. M-A-D-H-Y-A. M-A-D-H-Y-A. M-A-K-A. Madhya Marga. M-A-D-H-Y-A. M-A-K-A. Madhya Marga. That is Umapa. In Tibetan, Umapa. Now, Madhyamika I will divide into two more. Madhyamika I will divide into two more. Okay. Madhyamika divide into Prasangika. Prasang. Prasangika. 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 Prasangika in Tibetan, Telgyurpa. Telgyurpa. In Tibetan, Telgyurpa. The next one, Sava Tantrika Madhyamika. Sava. Svatantrika. Savatantrika. Savatantrika Madhyamika. Madhyamika same as before. Savatantrika Madhyamika. Okay, now let me further divide Svatana Madhyamika into two, and then I promise I'll not divide any further. Right? Okay, and don't feel demoralized. There are so many divisions. No, these are the basic divisions that we have to know. Once you know these divisions well, then later on it becomes very easy for you. Okay. Okay, Rangyupa in Tibetan. Rangyupa. In Tibetan, Rangyupa. Svatantrika Madhyamika. Svatantrika Madhyamika 2. One is Yogacara, Yoga, Yoga Chara, Chara. Yogacara, Svatantrika Madhyamika. Yogacara, Svatantrika, same. Yogacara, Svatantrika. The other one is Sautrantika, Svatantrika. Okay, the second one. What's the second one? The Vaibhashika was first. Then the second one is Sautrantika. Just copy this. Copy this and add it before Svatantrika. So you have Sautrantika, Svatantrika, Madhyamika. Sautrantika, which we borrow from the number 2. And then Svatantrika, Madhyamika. That's it. So Svatantrika Madhyamika into 2. One is Yogacara, one is Sautrantika. 2. Good. Sautrantika, Svatantrika, Madhyamika. Okay. In Tibetan, Yogacara, Svatantrika Madhyamika is Neljor Chepe Uma Rangkupa. Neljor Chepe Rangkupa, to make it easy. Neljor Chepe Rangkupa. Neljor Chepe Rangkupa. Then the other one is Sautrantika Svatantrika Madhyamika is Dote Chepe Rangkupa. Dote Chepe Rangkupa. Okay, why I'm going through all these details? Huh? Very good. The Nishita is saying, I don't know why you are going through this, right? I'm just checking whether you're lost, whether you're with me, or whether the two of us were on the same page, or you're lost. Okay. So we are doing this classification in order to explain the non-discerning direct perception. You are getting it? Non-discerning direct perception in Tibetan, it is the Nangla Mange. Nangla Mange. Oh. Okay, good. Nangla Mange. Good. Okay, Nangla Mange. Okay, Nangla Mange. Actually, this division is not really related to this. The Nishida is correct. Okay, but these divisions, the whole range of divisions which we did is very helpful. What's first? First, tell me, what are the 4 Buddhist schools, 4 Buddhist philosophy schools? Vaibhashika, Sautrantika, Chittamatra, Madhyamika. Very good. Madhyamika, there are 2. What are they? Prasangika Madhyamika, Svatana Madhyamika. Svatana Madhyamika, there are two. What are they? Yogacara, Svatandra Madhyamika, and Sautrantika, Svatandrika Madhyamika. Very good. Wow, that's amazing. You learned it just within a few seconds. It's amazing. I took so long to learn it when I was a student. Okay, amazing. Now, non-discerning direct perception. That's amazing. On the one hand, we said direct perceiver. Direct perceiver. On the other hand, we said non-discerning. You're getting it? Okay. Let me say that. What are you doing now? You are listening to me. What are you doing? You are listening to me. While you are listening to me, suddenly at one point, what happened was here in Tibet House, we were having a conference. We were having a conference, 5-day Tibetan medicine and astro, what is that? The programs, 5-day events. It was happening here, that's all. And suddenly there was an earthquake. And everybody started to panic. Ajit, you were here then? Yes. Everybody was panicky. Imagine that it happened now. You are listening to me and suddenly there's an earthquake. And then I continue to teach non-discerning direct perception. I continue to teach. Will you hear me or not? You'll not hear. Your eyes are wide open. Your eyes are wide open. Your ears wide open. But you will not hear what I'm saying because your mind is after the fear, earthquake. You're getting it? And then the Genlo something Tunubandila said, Bambasila, what did Geshe-la say? Right? Yeah, he said something, but I did not listen to anything. Right? Okay, he said something. If I said something, if you heard it, which is the medium through which you will hear? Which is the medium? Which passage? Ear, nose, ear? Which one? Your ears. Your ear consciousness should be hearing it, but you do not discern anything. It did hear. The sound went through your ear or not? It went through my voice, the sound. It went through your ear, but your mind did not discern it. It went through your ear, you heard it, but could not register it. You're getting it? Could not register it. This is when the person is not attentive. You're getting it? When you don't pay attention to what I'm saying, you're paying attention to something else, like the earthquake, right? How do we run, right? When your attention is fully drawn to something else, you're not paying attention to the sound, to the voice. So your ear consciousness was there. Your ear consciousness was there, but this ear consciousness could not discern, do not have the capacity to discern anything. This ear consciousness heard something, but you don't remember what I said. That is known as non-discerning direct perception. You're getting it? Okay, some people nowadays people have the airport, right? Airport, and for the girls they have the long hairs. They attend the class with the airport on, and with the long hairs they cover it, and they attend the good university lectures. Actually, they're listening to the music, right? Earlier times you cannot do that. There's a wire. The wire you can see it. Nowadays, no wire, right? And you're looking there, right? Your eyes are the professor, and your mind is after the music. So your eyes are what? Your eyes. And somebody said, "What was the shirt your professor was wearing?" No, I didn't remember anything because your eyes were there, but your eyes were non-discerning, direct perceiver. You're getting it? Your eyes were directly with the professor, or direct or inferential. Direct is direct. It is direct perceiver, but it does not discern anything. It's a non-discerning direct perceiver. You're getting it? Well, good. What is next? Doubting consciousness. Doubting consciousness. Okay, doubting consciousness. All composite things are impermanent. All composite things are impermanent. Who said it? Lord Buddha said it. All composite things are impermanent. And then you come to study the mind. Mind, is it composite? Yes. Is it impermanent? Yes. But when we die, then the mind is gone. Then the mind will continue next birth or not? If yes, then it is not impermanent. It's permanent. It's lasting forever, right? So then you start to have a doubt, right? How it is impermanent. You start to have a doubt. So the doubt is the mind which is not decisively on one object. It tilts. It tilts. A doubt, a mind which tilts in terms of the decisiveness of the object. Oh, is it impermanent? No. Is it permanent? Is it impermanent? It is tilting. That mind is known as doubt. You're getting it? Okay. I doubt if he's really the thief. I doubt if he's really the president. I doubt if this is really the law. I doubt. You're getting it? Okay, doubt. What is next? And doubt, there are three kinds. Doubt, there are three kinds. Okay. Say if you're very objective in your approach, very objective, don't just easily tilt it with the blindly. If you're very objective in your approach, then Einstein said the E equals mc square, because you have not derived it yourself. Is it true? I would say that I don't know. I don't know means I doubt. I doubt whether it is true. Whether or not this is true, I doubt. Then doubt, it can be, okay, all composite things are impermanent. Because the Buddha said it, it may be true. Right? So your doubt is tilted towards the fact. Tilted closer towards the fact. And then whereas, if you're too overly objective and skeptic, and then, look, there's a contradiction there. I doubt it is impermanent, which means that most likely it is not impermanent. Then you tilt towards the distortion. So the doubt, which is tilted closer towards the fact, tilted closer to the distortion, and equally tilted between the two sides. Neutrally tilted to the two sides. I'm not too sure. 50-50. That is half-half. Whereas 70%, I'm closer that it is impermanent. 30% not. And some others said, no. 70% I think is permanent. You're getting it? So doubt can be three. One which is tilted closer towards the fact, other which is tilted closer to the distortion, other which is equally tilted towards the two sides. Three kinds of doubt. Okay, what is next? Okay, deceptive consciousness or wrong consciousness is that how many of you in the night, you think that you saw some ghost or some very scary things? 1, 2, 3, 4, many. That's interesting. Indrajitji, you also saw something, some figure, and you thought that there's something like a ghost. Okay. Many. Gisela, yes. Okay, there are many of you. Okay. Okay, one time what happened, what you were seeing, you're not in the sleep, in the waking state, maybe in the dusk, at the time of dusk, right? It's quite dark, not fully dark, vaguely seen dark. You see something moving, like quite scary. Okay, and one time, I must be in my second year, third year of the studentship in the Institute of Buddhist Dialectics, Dharamsala. There, after the debate, then we go around the main temple. How many of you been to Dharamsala, the main temple? Circumambula around the main temple, raise hands. Okay, how many of you have never been there? Raise hands. Okay, it's good to go there once to see what that's like. So, and then so you can visualize my story, right? You can visualize. What happened was that once we finished our debate, and after the debate we go around the main temple, maybe 1 or 2 times or 3 times, then we go to our rooms. for tea. On the way, it was raining. It was raining. It rained a little bit, and then the tree twigs, the tiny twigs, they were fallen. And then on my walking, I was with a monk who was senior to me. I think 2 years senior to me, and two of us were together. And suddenly, I bent down to pick up something there, which I saw as a worm, insect, like a worm. I tried to pick that up, and maybe I saw that as a worm, and he saw that as a twig, just a stick, small stick. I just picked it up, and he said that, and I realized it was a stick. It's not a worm. He said that this is wrong. This is a deceptive consciousness, right? My thought that there's a worm there is a deceptive consciousness. This is deceptive consciousness. Look, you're getting it? Okay, he was senior, and he was trying to teach me this psychology by real example. So now you have deceptive consciousness, because this is not a worm. You thought this was a worm. It was actually a twig or the stick. Okay, good. So deceptive consciousness, wrong consciousness, or a distorted consciousness is a consciousness which distorts the reality, of the object. Okay, and all the definition of all these 7, you will see them given in this compilation, in this book, in this compilation. You will see that. Don't worry. For time, I'm explaining each one of them. Okay. Along with this, I'd like to explain to you a difference between deceptive consciousness. In Tibetan, it is lokshe. Deceptive consciousness. In Tibetan, it is lokshe. And I'd like to also introduce the concept of tulshe. Lokshe is a deceptive consciousness, and I'd like to also introduce you the concept of tulshe. Tulshe and lokshe in English, to make the distinction, is a little difficult. Now here, what we do is that we use some words to just convey this meaning. And your job is, for all of us, our job is to know the meaning so well. What's the lokshe? What is tulshe? And even the non-Tibetans, those who don't speak Tibetan, you have to make this distinction, lokshe and tulshe. I'll explain this, you know the meaning, and arbitrarily, for the sake of conversation, for the sake of teaching, we chose 2 words. One is deceptive or wrong consciousness, number 1, for the lokshe, and mistaken consciousness or mistaken mind for tulshe. Right? Okay, this is actually happening within us. Whether you are Tibetan or not, doesn't matter. Sometimes we have lokshe, sometimes we have tulshe. You're getting it? What is lokshe, tulshe? You have to know the meaning, and then arbitrarily, for the time being, we use the word deceptive consciousness for lokshe and mistaken consciousness for tulshe. What is tulshe? What is lokshe? I'll explain this to you. Okay. How many of you have not seen snow in your life? Okay, interesting. 1, 2. All the girls. You saw snow? Yes. Davishi, where? Okay, so take Indrajit to Shimla. Huh? Oh, Switzerland. Okay, take him there to Switzerland. Yeah. And there, you've never seen. Okay, Ajit, you have seen? Many times. Ajit, please take your name. Okay, please take Pradeep to the Himachal. Yeah. Okay, so snow, the Indrajit ji and Pradeep ji, 2 of you, the snow is white in color. Right? Just for information. right? Stored by one color. Okay, now imagine that imagine that the Tundu Bandira is going to take us to Mount Kailash, right? And then Tundu Bandira warns us that the Mount Kailash, there's going to be what do you call that? What do you call that? With the snow, then your eyes burn. Snow blindness. Okay. So there's a danger of snow blindness happening. So make sure that you buy goggles. Okay. And in the shop where we go, the goggles, there's only one goggle with a blue color. Then you put on the blue goggles, and then you go there, you see what? Blue snow. You're getting it? And then Indrajit and Pradeep, what did I tell you? Snow is white in color. No, I told them white in color. Right? Okay, but what are we seeing now? We're seeing blue. Right? Okay, two of them may doubt what I said. Look, the snow is blue, and he said that snow is white. So confident, as though like he knows snow so well. And others, no problem. Okay, others. What is your name? Tamdinla. Tamdinla, tell me. Say, what do you feel? Is this a blue snow? You are putting on blue goggles or blue spectacles, and look at the Mount Kailash snow. What color do you see? Blue snow. Is this blue snow or white snow? But what are you seeing on blue snow? Yes, I know that it's white. Why is it white and the snow appears as blue to you? Because of the blue glasses. You're getting it? With the blue glasses, the snow appears as blue, but your mind knows that it is not blue. You're getting it? Okay, pay attention. This is very important. Okay. Say, for example, if you're meeting me for the first time, or if you're meeting Ajirji for the first time. Ajirji. Okay, how many of you know Ajirji so well? Raise hands. Oh, you 1, 2, 3. Okay, 4. So most of us, we don't know Ajirji so well, right? And Ajirji, when you first meet him, I won't say first meet, you meet him outside, you'll see that he's very serious, right? What impression you'll get? Oh, right, Geshe-la saying that he's very kind, but he's quiet. What? Quiet. I don't know whether he's really kind. You know, there is seriousness there. And then if I do not tell you anything that he's very kind, you think that he was a former IAS officer, maybe a very arrogant diplomat or a bureaucrat, right? Okay, so you get the impression he appears as very big, strong personality, and then you meet Chola Rashidujila. Oh, this gentleman seems so very proud. No, who? That person, Ajirji. Yeah. No, he's very kind, right? Then you say your perception. First, you have the perception that he is very serious, and then the next moment, what happens is that when you hear the information from Chola, it is only okay. Then with Chola Tashlojila, you come to realize that, okay, so I was wrong. I made wrong judgment. I was being judgmental. You're getting it? Oh, he's not this very serious person. He's very gentle, kind at heart. Okay, so with appearance, on that basis, then you think. Object appears as serious and strong personality, and your mind believes in it, number one. And whereas Chola Tashdujila may see appearance-wise Ajirji as very serious, but he knows that he's not serious. He's very kind, very gentle at heart. You're getting it? So Snow appears as Tamdila, and all of you, snow appears as blue, and then the Indrajitji and Pratikji, two of them would say, oh, it's a blue snow, right? It's not white. Whereas others would say what? It appears as blue, it's not white. You're getting, okay, with this, what you have to know, what we all have to know is that how the mind functions. Mind, when it functions, it functions with the object. The mind is the subject, then it interacts with the object. So there's a subject-object interaction. This interaction involves two actions. One is the appearance, and the other is apprehension. Appearance and engaging. Appearance and act of appearance and the act of engaging. There are two acts involved. As a part of the interaction between the subject and object. What are the two acts? Act of appearance and the act of apprehension, or the act of engaging. Okay, now for the rest of you, when you see the snow as blue, the object, what is the object? What's the object in this case? When you look at the snow, Mount Kailash, what's the object? Snow. The object appears as blue. Snow as the object as the snow appears as blue. So act of appearance is what? Act of appearance is that the object appears as blue. The snow appears as blue. This is act of appearance. Now second one is act of apprehending, act of engaging. You and the rest of you will engage with the snow as it is not blue, it is white. You're getting it? Act of engaging is correct. It is not blue, it is white. But act of appearance is mistaken. It appears as blue while it is not blue. You're getting it? Whereas Indrajitji and the Pratikji, if two of them believe that, oh, snow is blue, what Geshe-la said is wrong. The snow is blue. Then the snow appears as blue. That is mistaken or not mistaken? Appearance is mistaken. Snow appears as blue. Is mistaken or not mistaken? One girl is saying it's not mistaken. Right? Okay, snow appears as blue. Is mistaken or not mistaken? Mistaken. So the appearance is mistaken. Plus, if they believe that, oh, the snow is blue, the act of apprehension, act of apprehending the snow to be blue is mistaken or not mistaken? Also mistaken. So the mistake happens on both sides. Act of appearance mistake, act of apprehending mistake. Mistake happens on both sides. Whereas for the rest of you, a mistake happens where? Act of appearance, not with the act of apprehension or apprehending. You're getting it? Okay. So which do you think is easier to be removed? The mistake happening on the appearance, or the mistake appearing on the apprehension? Which is easier to be removed? Okay, raise hands. Raise hands. Okay, Tashila, act of. Which is easier to be removed? Appearance. Okay. Others? Apprehension. How? Okay, mic.
I think it's because we cannot control the nature of the object at all times, but we can train the subject to apprehend correctly.
Say it again.
We can train the subject, our mind, to apprehend correctly, while we cannot control the nature of the object's appearance.
As long as you put on the blue glass, you cannot control the snow to appear as blue. You cannot control it. Whereas when you rectify your thinking, snow is white. When you know that even though the snow appears as blue, but your apprehension can be removed. Wrong apprehension can be removed very easily. So apprehension is easier to be removed. When the apprehension is happening, oh, the snow is blue. Appearance also mistaken. Apprehension mistaken plus Appearance mistaken. Whether appearance mistaken may not, apprehension may not be mistaken. You're getting it? This is very important. Okay, all boys are human beings, yes. All human beings are not boys. Right? Likewise, all say, minds mistaken with respect to the appearance. Okay, all minds mistaken with respect to the apprehension is also mistaken with respect to the act of appearance. All minds which are mistaken with respect to the appearance may not be mistaken with respect to the apprehension. All boys are human beings, but all human beings are not boys. Likewise, all minds are mistaken with respect to the object of apprehension should be mistaken with respect to the object of appearance. All minds which are mistaken with respect to the act of appearance may not be mistaken with respect to the act of apprehension. You're getting it? Okay, this is a very important concept. Now, having said this, what is the mistaken mind? Tulshe, what is deceptive mind? Lokshe. You're getting it? Okay. Lokshe or deceptive mind is a mind which is mistaken with respect to the apprehension of the object. Tulshe or the mistaken mind is the mind which is mistaken with respect to the object of appearance. Let me say this again. Lokshe or the deceptive mind. Deceptive mind or lokshe is a mind which is mistaken with respect to the object of apprehension. A mind which is mistaken with respect to the object of apprehension. That is deceptive mind or lokshe in Tibetan. Now the mistaken mind or the tulshe, a mind which is mistaken with respect to the object of appearance. Okay, good. This is a very important distinction. On this basis, why this distinction is very important is just for information. This very important is with respect to, okay, how many of you have the Buddha nature? Raise hands. How many of you have Buddha nature? How many of you don't have the Buddha nature? Raise hands. Okay. Okay, what is Buddha nature? Anybody? Yes, Pamisila? Mike. No, that is mind.
Yes.
No, what is Buddha nature?
Buddha nature is a mind which is
Say the true nature of the mind.
okay.
True nature of the mind, which is so pure. Okay, do you learn this before? The true nature of the mind, a mind and the true nature of the mind, these two are different, right? A mind that we see is very defiled, but that is not the true nature of the mind. For example, the water that Namsara brings from Yamuna River, right? That is clean or not clean? Why do you bring that? Okay, so the water from the Yamuna River is dirty or not? Is clean or dirty? Very dirty. Pradiji is dirty or no? It's dirty, right? But the true nature of this Yamuna River is not dirty. How do you know that? Remove the dirt. Remove the dirt, then what is left? The water is left. What is the water? Without the dirt. Water without the dirt is known as pure water. So that purity came from where? From nowhere. Remove the dirt, it is there. Purity is there. That is the true nature of the water, true nature of the Yamuna River. You're getting it? Likewise, our mind is like the Yamuna River. When the dirt is removed from the mind, then the pure mind comes out. That is the true nature. That true pure nature of the pure mind is there even when your mind is defiled. It is there, but it is in a dormant state. You're getting it? Okay. So this true nature of the mind, if the true nature of mind is so pure, why don't you see it? Anybody, why? Why don't you see that? If the true nature of mind is so pure, why don't you see it? Because it is defined by the mental stains, negative emotions, mental stains. Very good. And it is like, for example, say this glass is so clean, my glass is so clean, and I don't eat any garlic. Let's say I don't eat any garlic, and then let's say that the Wang Chula, right? He accidentally smashed garlic in my glass. Then he realized that I don't take any garlic. Then he feels so apologetic. What does he do? He would remove all the garlic and wash it so well. Okay, now, after removing it, washing so well, is there any garlic there? No garlic. Just put your hands in. No garlic there. Smell it. Does it smell garlic or not? It still smells garlic. You're getting it? So you're just as this mug, this glass can be polluted by the solid garlic and the subtle smell of the garlic. Remove the solid garlic, still it can be polluted by the smell of the garlic. Likewise, our mind can be defiled by the solid dirt, metal dirt, and the smell of the metal dirt. Right? Solid metal dirt is known as afflictive obscurations. In Tibetan, the solid metal dirt is known as afflictive obscurations, and the smell of the metal dirt is known as cognitive obscurations. Shedip, Myundip, and Shedip. The smell of the metal dirt, which defiles your mind, is known as cognitive obscurations, and in Tibetan it is Shedip. And the metal dirt, the solid metal dirt, which stay in your mind, is known as afflictive obscurations, and in Tibetan, Myundip. Okay, so these two, in what way they harm you? These two harm you is by blocking your true nature of the mind, right? If the true nature of your mind comes out, okay, tell me, what do you want? Anybody? Just pick your mind. What do you think is the meaning of life? Just pick your mind. Anybody? Very quick. All of us will speak. What is the meaning of life? Just speak. Anybody? Very good. Okay. Yes, Pambala.
Meaning of life is like, I think, like for me, like to reach my goal.
Okay. Let us all listen. Each one of us. What is your goal?
To become a de-addiction psychologist.
To become a
de-addiction psychologist.
Okay. To become a de-addiction psychologist. Very good. Which means you must meet with Indrajit ji. You're getting it? So he's fully actively running a center there. So that'll be great. Yes. Now, one internship. Good. Okay. Nishida, very quick. What's the purpose of your life? It is not necessary that it's something that you have to do it in this very life. But what do you think is the final purpose of life, or the purpose of life in general? And the way I want to become a de-addiction psychologist. Likewise.
To be happy every day.
To be happy every day. Perfect. The girl over there. Very quick, very quick. With your name?
I'm Namdu,
Namdullah.
and I want to have a comfortable life.
Comfortable life. Very good. The next girl. Your name?
I'm Lamujire,
Kamala.
and I have productive life.
Productive life. Very good. Okay. Yes. Your name?
Atulya.
Atulia.
So what I want to do is like to change momentary happiness into something more stable.
Amazing. To change a momentary happiness to very reliable, stable happiness. Very good. The next girl. Your name?
Tenziniga,
Tenzi Igala.
I wanna have a luxurious life.
Luxurious life. Wonderful. Tamjinla.
Yeah, happy life.
Happy life. Yes. The boy over there. Your name?
Dorje,
Dorjila.
happy and peaceful life.
Happy and peaceful life. Wonderful. Gentleman over there.
Vipin Jain.
Vipin Jainji. Yes.
Happy surroundings and my life.
Okay, to make this sound you very happy. Very good. And here, Delegla.
Peaceful life.
Very peaceful life. Wanjula.
Happy life.
Happy life.
Happy and peaceful life.
Happy and peaceful life.
Sorrow-free life. No sorrow in my life. Happy life, in other words.
Happy life. Yeah.
Yeah, I want a successful, happy life.
Same, happy life. Very good. Ajirji.
Yeah, happy life.
Happy life. Okay. Good. Okay, our gentleman there.
You
Mark?
asked about the sense in life. So for me, it's to live and to love, or try to find.
To live a true.
To live and to love.
True live.
Mm-mm.
To live
And to love.
and to love. Very good. And
Right.
Shurula.
Get enough food.
Oh, okay. To get enough adequate nutritious food. Very good. Then Ashimila.
Peace of mind.
Huh?
Peace of mind.
Peace of mind. Wonderful. Okay, yes.
Happy life, Geshe-la.
Happy life. Here.
Peaceful life.
Peaceful life. Okay, happy and peaceful life. Okay, Testishla. Very good.
Maximum happiness.
Huh?
Maximum happiness.
Maximum happiness. Very good. Tamala.
To be a good person.
To be a good person. Wonderful. Indrajitji.
Happy life.
Happy life. That's the easiest.
Infinite happiness.
To imprint.
Infinite happiness.
Okay, infinite happiness. Wonderful. Yes.
To have a happy life.
To have a happy life. Yeah. Omale.
I want to learn every Buddhist philosophy.
Okay, to know the Buddhist philosophy so well. Ansala.
To find maximum happiness.
To find the maximum happiness.
To have my mind always calm and content. My mind to be always calm and content.
Okay, that my mind is always calm and content. Wonderful. Gela.
Without any problems.
Okay, that my mind be freed of all problems, no problems. Wonderful. Okay, now same. General said that my mind be free from all problems. So there's one looking at from the problem side, and others happy life looking from the happiness. So happiness. What do you have? Those who raise hands. Those who said happy life raise hands. Good. What degree of happiness? 10%, 100%? If possible, 100%. Okay. Look for 100% happiness. And those, including Gela, and including those who said peace of mind, peaceful life, peace. So there, peace means no disturbance, no problems. You're getting it? Peace means no disturbance, no problem. So, no problem. What no problem? 10% no problem, 100% no problem. If possible, 100% no problem. No problem at all. Okay, so in other words, what we seek is we all share one thing in common. To get rid of all the problems, to have the maximum happiness. To get rid of all the problems, is technically known as nirvana. You're getting it? In the Buddhist text, what we call is nirvana or the moksha is the meaning of no problem. To get rid of all the problems. To have the maximum happiness is technically known as Buddhahood. You're getting it? Okay. Now, mental stains. You have the Buddhahood, you have nirvana inside to us. In the form, but we don't see this. Why don't we see that? Because they remain in the form of dormant state, which is not visible, dormant state. So therefore, we don't say that I have nirvana, I have Buddha. We don't say that. We say that I have nirvana and Buddhahood in a dormant state, in the form of seed. That is known as Buddha nature. You're getting it? Buddha nature. If you have the Buddha nature, why don't you see it now? Why don't you see that? Because it is obscured by the mixed with the defilements. For example, the gold pieces when you mix with the mud. What is the job of the gold pieces? Gold pieces, the nature is to glow. Gold pieces, they are to glow. But when the gold pieces, when they're mixed with the mud, they will stop glowing. You're getting it? It doesn't mean the gold is not there. If there's a gold must glow, but it's not glowing. This glow is blocked by the mud. If you remove the mud, then the gold inside will automatically glow. Likewise, we have the golds like Buddha nature inside, where you're freed from suffering, where you have the maximum happiness. But why don't we see them now? Because this is mixed with the mental defilements. So mental defilements, there are two. What are they? Gross and the subtle. Gross one, known as afflictive obscurations in Tibetan, and the subtle one known as cognitive obscurations, known as Shetib. All the afflictive obscurations, when you have this gross one, then it stops you from having the having nirvana. The subtle one, the smell of the garlic, that stops you from achieving Buddhahood. The afflictive obscurations stop you from achieving nirvana, and the cognitive obscuration stops you from achieving Buddhahood. What is nirvana? Nirvana is freedom from all sufferings. And what is Buddhahood? Maximum happiness. You're getting it? Okay. Now, I'd like to touch a very important part. Now, given that we already understood these 7 kinds of mind, to some extent, now I'd like to, tell me, what do you see there? Just read these 7 points once more yourself and tell me, what impression do you get out of the sequence? What impression do you get out of this sequence that you find there, the sequence? Just give impression, give your own thoughts. What impression do you get? Just read them one by one, the sequence. From the top to bottom or bottom to top, up to you. That's not a problem, but the sequence. The sequence, what do you see there in this sequence? What do you see? Just speak your mind. And you can see many things. It's not necessarily that there's only one thing. There's only one thing. There can be multiple things that you can see from this particular sequence. How this sequence is put. From top to down or down to top, up to you. If you want to say top to down, you tell me very clearly. From top to down, this is what I noticed. And if you want to go from down to top, you tell me, okay, down to top, this is what I noticed. Okay, I'll give you a few seconds. Read it well, at your own pace, then I'll ask a question. That's very important. Okay, tell me, anybody, raise hands. What do you do? Yes.
I see it as like
No, top to down, down to top.
top to down.
Top down.
Top to down. I see last 4
Okay, let us all listen. Let us all listen. Yes,
from
Pradeep.
top to down, the last 4 appear like after the subsequent cognizing state. It appears like it could be either of the last 4. This is how I see.
Okay, my question is just the sequence. From the sequence, what you see from the top to down, not just the last 4. It's about from the top first through the last, which is the 7.
Yeah.
What do you see?
I see like
Sequence. Yes.
Yeah, sequence is the perceiving. First of all, perceiving, then inferring it. After that, what I understand is that probably the last 4 stages are what either of the last 4 we get into.
Okay, good. Anybody else? Yes, there.
From top to down, I see it in.
Okay, let us all listen.
Either it is moving from gross to subtle.
Okay, gross to subtle.
Or it is moving from reality to unreal or imagination.
Okay, reality to distortion.
Yes.
Okay, reality to distortion. Down to top is distortion to reality.
Yeah.
Very good. Anybody else? Anybody else? Yes, Umala. Okay, mic.
How we from first is like what we see.
Mic closer.
From what we see from our eyes, like directly, to what like at ending, it's like how it's not directly we're seeing, but somehow we're assuming or it's like distorted
Very good. Okay, my question should be a little more precise. Down to top rather than top to down. Down to top, what do you see? The sequence. What do you see? Anybody? Okay. Nishida?
As we move from the bottom of the list to the top, our cognitive process becomes more and more refined.
Very good. Our cognitive process becomes more and more refined. Very good. Anybody else? Anybody else? Sharmali? No? Indrajit ji? You can say it. What's the problem?
I think
down to top, not
from-
top to down.
from down to top, like from it's becoming subtler to
Okay, from subtle to the
gross.
no, gross to the subtle.
Okay. No, I
No,
mean
top
the-
to down is gross to subtle.
Yeah.
Down to top is subtle to gross.
subtle to gross.
Okay, good. Anybody else? Shula Distujla? Oh no, don't say same as, you say it yourself.
Bottom to up.
No, say it louder.
The bottom to up.
Okay, let us all think about the bottom to the top. Yes.
The like when you go, when it's
Okay, it becomes subtler.
subtler, then your mind getting, clearer and clearer.
Okay, the mind, as from the bottom we go up, mind becomes subtler and subtler, and the mind becomes clearer and clearer.
You can
Very
see.
good. Very good. Anybody else?
As if it is becoming aware.
Say it again.
When
Okay,
from the
then
bottom.
awareness is becoming vivid, more vivid.
Yeah, it becomes
As you
more
go up.
clear, yes.
Very good. Okay, anybody else would like to add? Yes. Okay, over there.
From the bottom to the top,
Yes.
I feel it's going from easy to difficult.
Okay, that's true. That's very true. The wrong consciousness, no responsibility. Everything wrong consciousness very easily comes, right? And then the doubting consciousness very easy, right? But that's very true. And the correctly assuming consciousness, subsequent cognizer, infinite cognition, direct perceiver, it becomes more and more difficult. Oh, that's amazing. Okay, there's mantra. Gate, gate, paragate, parasamgate, which is easiest? What's the first one? Gate. What's the last one? Bodhisattva. Which is easiest? Gate is the easiest, and go to the more difficult. Bodhisattva is very difficult. Likewise, we start from deceptive consciousness gate. Then the paragate, doubting, the first one is very easy, then more and more complicated. Okay, very good observation. Thank you. Anybody else? Only you like to add something? No? Okay, so now this is a very good observation. Down is where it represents more of our thinking, which is so obviously coming for the ordinary people, right? Okay, which is easier? Okay, you go to the picnic spot, then swimming pool is there, then there are the cafeterias there. What cafeteria? Huh? What cafeteria? Starbucks? What else? McDonald, Diggin, CC3. Okay, all these things are there, and the games are there, gym are there. This is easier, or meditation cave, right? Just meditation cave, a small cave, no light. Which is easier? The first one is very easy, right? And then meditation cave, meditate for like 4 hours without distraction. So difficult, more difficult than in prison, right? Whereas be there in this, you can stay there for months and months very easily. So what we are doing Whereas for those people who already reached like Gade, Paragade, for them to live in a very luxurious, what do you call it, the indulgence is very difficult. They cannot do that. Whereas to be in a cave is easier. You're getting it? For ordinary people like us, indulgence is easier than to lead a life of discipline. So what this girl said, what's your name? Atulia. So what Atulia said is very interesting. So the lower down to top, down symbolizes our way of thinking. Our way of thinking is full of wrong consciousnesses. You're getting it? Somebody is, okay, what do you do? In your university or school or college, usually you say good morning and the other person says good morning. And today you say good morning and the person did not respond to you. What do you think? Oh, what happened to him? He's so arrogant. She's so arrogant, right? You just judge very easily. You don't know. This person might have received very bad news, very sad news. The person's not at all in the mood to speak at all. You don't know these things. Simply because of the appearance, you make a wrong decision. That is wrong consciousness. Then the doubting consciousness. Then you start doubting in everything, right? If the person smiles at you, you doubt that it must be a diplomatic smile. If the person does not smile, you doubt that this person must be very arrogant. What should I do now? Should I smile or not smile? Smile, there's a problem. Don't smile, there's a problem. What should I do? So this problem of the doubt. Then again, we're full of that. We're full of these things. Then one time what happened was that, okay, these are the things, these are real life experiences. This is beautiful psychology. You can easily, and then you say, for example, for the clinicians, for the psychoanalysts, counselors, and the rehabilitation center there, say we can check all these things. So what is predominantly the mental state of the person? Doubting state, or making wrong judgments all the time, or non-discerning, distracted here and there, non-discerning, or always making some assumptions all the time, or say like imitating others, not daring to go for your original thoughts, and then always inferring, not really getting the direct information, and then finally direct very perceiver. This all represent the human personalities. You're getting it? This is a beautiful psychology. If you know that, then from there, the first one is very easy for us. The way the Atulia said, it's so easy for us, to be in this. And then as you go higher, our mind becomes more and more refined, and finally, direct, valid perceiver. Okay, how many you know that you have your lungs? We all know that. And okay, which of the seven mind is operating? When you said, yes, I know that I have lungs. What is that mind? Are you sure it's not deceptive? Are you sure not the number 7? That you think that you have lungs. Is that number 7 or not? Not. What is number 6? Are you sure that it's not number 6? Not. Why not? Because I'm dead sure that, not just sure, dead sure that I have lungs. Very good. Then what is number 5? Non-discerning perceiver. No, I discern. It's not non-discerning. I discern it. Okay, what is correctly assuming? I'm not assuming it. It is there. Then subsequent cognizer. No, I'm not imitating somebody. Very good. Subsequent inferential cognizer. Yes, it's inferential cognizer. What of direct value cognizer? Direct value perceiver? Hey, your mind which you think that, yes, I know that I have lungs. That mind, is that direct value perceiver? You could feel the lungs? You don't feel it? Oh. Do you feel or not? Just do it. Breathe it quite strongly. Breathe strongly. Do you feel or not? Oh, what is that? Body sense. Not eyes. Body sense. You would feel it. You feel, not feel. Okay. 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 So which means that you are not seeing me. You are seeing my skin. My skin is not me. You are inferring me, right? Nishita? Nishita is just inferring Gishila. Nishita is just seeing the Gishila's the skin, thin skin. Thin skin is not Gishila, right? Okay. Okay, then it's a different debate. Okay, so Nishita is saying that I can debate it very easily, but it's a different debate. Let's not debate it in this context. Okay, let's keep it separate. Very good. Okay, very good. So there, what I'm saying is that and then find out what is better for you. What is better for you? You know that you have your lungs. That is true. That is which number? Number of the 7. Which one? Second one, which is inferential cognition. If you get the chance to really see your lungs through the scan, and nowadays there's camera, endoscope. What is that? Huh? No. Endoscopy is for the stomach. Lungs is for the, what is that? Huh? Anybody who is from nurse? No nurse, no doctors? Huh? There's one. Colonoscopy is for the colons. Endoscopy is for the, okay, there's one specific for the lungs. I know that. There's one specific for the lungs. So there you send the small pipe with the camera, the tip, you send it through your lungs, you can see the lungs. You're getting it? You can see, I forgot the label. You can see the lungs. Okay, which do you want to see? Do you want to know the lungs through just the inference or through directly possible? Hey, inference, not direct. Why? It's quite scary. Painful meaning? No, meaning that don't. If the technology improves, you don't have to even send it through the camera. No, send the pipe, no need, right? Even without that, you can see it. Or you want to see my lungs, right? So I will go through this over a camera. I'll do it. You don't have to do it, right? You want to see it, or you, It's scary. Okay, that's quite scary. That's true. Or how many of you are not too scared? If there's a way, there's no pain, I can still see my lungs. Which is better? To see lungs? If there's no pain? Yes, then that is better. Okay. So now the point is that which is better? You want to see the Switzerland directly or see the Switzerland through movie? Wow, that's amazing. Okay. Okay, so you don't want to see Switzerland through inferential cognition. You want a direct, valid perceiver. Amazing, right? So likewise, final point is that how our mind works. How our mind works is that the two defilements. Which is better, to see Switzerland or to see Buddhahood? To see the maximum happiness or to see the happiness of seeing the Switzerland? Which is better? To see the maximum happiness is better than seeing the happiness of seeing the Switzerland. You're getting it? So Switzerland is nothing. So you want to see the Buddhahood directly or you see Buddhahood through inferential cognition? Directly. For that matter, you have to go through Gade, Paragade, Parasamgade, Bodhi, Swaha. This is how we have to climb the steps. So like from step number 7 here to the mind number 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This is how we have to improve. You're getting it? Okay. Any questions? Any questions? Yes. What, how? How do we? Okay, Mike.
Like, how do we do this? Like, how
Very
do we...
good. Okay. the Indrajitji today is 19th. So how many more days we have? 20, 21, 22. 3 more days. 3 more days. And tomorrow there's no way. Tomorrow we will have the class in the morning. Okay, afternoon I have to go to Delhi University for a program. And day after tomorrow? Day after tomorrow is Friday. Huh? No, it's Friday. So Friday, what you do is that if you have time, so we will do say 3 sessions. 1 in the morning, and then 2 sessions. 1 in the morning and 1 in the afternoon or evening. What time? At 2. That's like afternoon, let's say. Okay, 1 in the morning, 1 in the afternoon. Morning we will do any program in the morning? No program. Then what we do is that morning we will do at like 10 Friday. Tomorrow only morning. Day after tomorrow morning plus afternoon. Right? Okay, this is what in the morning the way we did yesterday. We'll do the same thing. Morning 2 sessions, afternoon 1 session. Okay, and should you have any questions, bring them up. Okay, we'll stop here. Yeah. Okay, this question. Atule, what is your question? No, through the mic.
How do we go through these stages?
How do we go through these stages? Very good. Okay, so cognitive. This is a very important point. Atulia, the best thing would be I would ask Atulia to remind me tomorrow morning. How to go through this. There are 3 things. One is the cognitive. Then the other one is affective. Then the still other one is meditative. Meditation, stabilization. Cognitive, affective, and stabilization. There are 3. There are things. I'm just mentioning what these 3 are now. Your job is to remind me tomorrow. We'll go a little deeper. So therefore, then you will see the wonder. Wow, this amazing psychology. It's just directly related to, say, if you are into counseling, directly related to helping another person, assisting other people to elevate them from the depression, anxiety, and so forth towards a greater happiness. And through these 3 rich angles of tackling the mind. This is so. And then those people who are seeking a long-term benefit of experiencing something which we ordinary people do not experience. So like the sheer happiness which the Nishida said, the happiness at all times. Or I think Atule also said it, happiness to make the temporary happiness into lasting, stable. Okay, all these we will get if we're able to apply what we do. Your question, the 3 points I mentioned, if you're able to really invigorate yourself with these 3 points, then you will have the short-term benefit for yourself, long-term benefit for yourself, and you can really inspire others to, take them out, elevate them from the depression, anxiety, anguish, so forth. You can do it very successfully. This is extremely important point. Thank you. Okay, we'll stop here. Okay, Pujila, yes.
Please turn to page 288.
For what?
And dedication prayer.
You have to mention it.
We will
and
decide.
dedication prayer. Please turn to page
288.
288. Huh?
In the land encircled by snow mountains, you are the source of all happiness and good. All-powerful Chenrezig Tenzin Gyatso, please remain until samsara ends. Just as the brave Manjushri and Samandabhadra too realize things as they are. Also, I dedicate all these merits in the best way that I may follow their perfect example. I dedicate all these roots of virtue with the dedication praised as the best by all the Buddhas who appeared in the 3 times, so that I might perform the noble Bodhisattva's deeds. Chanchu Sim Chorim Bochi Ma Ke Panam Ge Kurji Ge Wanyamba Me Payan Kone Kontu Pelvasho. May the supreme bodhicitta that is not arising arise and grow, and may that which is arising not diminish but increase forevermore. As long as space remains, as long as sentient beings remain, until then may I too remain to dispel the miseries of the world. Due to the merits of these virtuous actions, may I quickly attain the state of a Guru Buddha and lead all beings without exception into that enlightened state. I dedicate the merit thus gathered towards the realization of the deeds and the prayers of all Buddhas and Bodhisattvas of the three times, and to the upholding of the dharma of teaching and realization. May I in all lives, through the force of this merit, never separate from the four wheels of the Mahayana vehicle, and accomplish all the stages of the path, renunciation, bodhicitta, perfect view, and the two stages. With the wish to free all beings, I shall always go for refuge to the Buddha, the Dharma, and Sangha, until I reach full enlightenment. Inspired by wisdom and compassion, today in the Buddha's presence I generate the mindful awakening for the benefit of all sentient beings. I go for refuge to the Triple Gem. I confess the negativities individually. I rejoice in the virtues of all the beings. I hold the precious Buddhahood in my heart. By the power of practicing and supplicating to you, may all be free from sickness, poverty, and conflicts, and may dharma and the auspiciousness proliferate in all the places where we abide. The path of the union of emptiness and compassion is lucidly explained by the protector of both the dharma and the beings of the land of snows. You are the lotus holder Tenzin Gyatso. We supplicate you that your wishes are fulfilled spontaneously. May the operations of evil thoughts and deeds, of the negative forces of humans and non-humans, who harbor malice through perverted prayers against the teachings of the Buddhas, be totally vanquished through the power of the truth of the three jewels. In all my lives, never separated from perfect gurus, may I enjoy the magnificent dharma by completing the qualities of the stages and the paths. May I quickly attain the state of Vajradhara. Throughout my future lifetimes, may I always be guided by Arya Manjushri and be able to uphold the dharma in general and the teachings on dependent origination in particular, even at the cost of my life.
Okay, see you tomorrow. Yeah.